Today is a Tuesday, but it feels more like a Monday for me. And that's probably because my sleep schedule has been all off track, out of whack. I've been falling asleep at 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. And I'm doing things during that time. I'm editing videos or catching up on videos, productive type of videos, not just, some BS. Sometimes I'm just chilling and I can't sleep, but my sleep schedule has just been out of whack. So during the day, I'm super tired, super drained, and I'm not as tired and drained this morning, but it's still there. So I'm trying to get myself up. The plumber had to come out here today, so if the plumber didn't come out, I honestly would probably still be in the bed trying to get some energy up. But the plumber had to come because my sinks was all clogged up, bathroom sink, kitchen sink, all that. I've got to wash my baby's bottles, I've got to shower, I've got to clean up, all that. So since today feels more like a Monday, I'm going to spend it doing some self-care type of things. Even though it's a Tuesday, it's also a new moon in Sagittarius. My apartment complex is having some events all week long. Today they're having some type of mental health type of event going on, where they're going to be discussing mental health. They're going to be making vision boards. They're going to have like snacks and things like that. I was going to go check it out, see what they was talking about, but my son's taking a nap right now and I'm not about to wake him up to get ready for that. So I'm out the shower now, but I haven't done my nails yet. I decided that I wanted to journal first. I don't know if I'm going to try to read first too, but definitely journal. I decided I wanted to prioritize that over doing my nails. Got down here on the floor this time, and this actually feels a lot more comfortable than when I'm sitting up on the couch. So I might just journal on the floor from now on. But this journal, I'm finally almost finished completing this little journal. Wow, hold on. I didn't even know I only had... Oh, okay, I was tripping. I thought I only had one page left, but I wrote on one of the last pages. But this is how much I have left. That's probably about 8 pages, something like that. I've been trying to fill this up for the longest. Let me see when the first entry was, matter of fact. Saturday, August 29th, 2020. So I've been journaling in this small little notebook since 2020, and I'm just now about to finish it. I think I won't finish it until 2024, like probably the beginning of January is probably when I'll finish it, unless I journal like every day the rest of this month. I usually don't have an idea what I want to journal about, but this time I actually do. I have been thinking about when I was in high school. I took this psychology class, and I have been thinking about that along with like math type of classes, geometry and things like that, and how I wasn't so great in those classes, but I was really good in psychology, English, drama, creative writing, those type of classes. But specifically with psychology, I was good in that class, but I also shortcutted my way through that class. I feel like I'm hearing noises and stuff. I don't know if my son is woke. He is. Okay, I'm gonna have to go get him and bring him in here. When I went back there, he was trying to lay back down and put himself back to sleep. So I stopped in the middle of my tracks. I'm like, oh snap. But then he heard me and got up. So mommy's about to journal. Are you gonna sit here and be quiet and still while I journal, or you need to go play somewhere? Your eyebrows, honey. That's how my eyebrows was when I was a kid. I was well.
By night, you going crazy.
In the living room, got the windows open, blowing smoke. Now the wind be smoking with me, covert smoking to choke on your words. Actions speak louder than your words. Muffles under
I'm gonna need for you to leave stuff alone. I'm over here recording, you over here messing with stuff. Okay, so I got the camera propped up using his baby snacks. So, I mean, technically, it's his stuff. I don't need to be propping my camera up with his snacks. So, he's trying to get his snacks. You can have them here. I know I said I probably won't finish this journal until the beginning of January, depending on if I journal. Not you turn the camera around to yourself. Depending on if I journal every day or not the rest of this month. But as I'm sitting here journaling, I'm like, if I journal a whole lot this session, I might finish it up in this session. Because now I actually can count the pages. And it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7. But of course, you can count front and back as well. But yeah, it's not going to take me till January to fill this up. I'll probably fill this up within the next week or two. My son done moved stuff around where I had the camera propped up at, so I done had to switch it around and prop it up at a different angle, which is fine because I actually like this angle, so I don't mind. But trying to do things, be productive, work on creative projects, create, relax, do anything when you got a little baby is something else. So I think I'm going to stop it here. I did 3 pages and almost a fourth. So that's the most that I've journaled in a while. So I'm really proud of that. And I actually could have kept going, but my son was doing too much. So I didn't want to just keep ignoring him the whole time. So I was just going to tell the whole story, but I figured that would take me longer than just reading the journal entry and telling it that way. So I'm just going to read it. And if I need to stop and kind of throw in some details from the story, then I'll do it that way. Back in high school, I took psychology. I was pretty good in that class because the teacher was good. I was interested in the class and I always passed my test, only ever missing maybe one question, if even that. I also was usually the first one done with my test, and my teacher would grade my paper right there in front of the class and let the class know that I got all the questions right, or all the answers right. Wrong. That's what I put in there. Wrong. Yes, I was good in this class and paid attention, but when it came to tests and homework, I never properly studied. I didn't even do my homework at home. Never. Not even just for psychology class. I never did my homework at home at all. Even projects projects, I did part of it at home and then I would do it at school. Like I would do my homework at school in the class before that class that the homework was for. I would literally study on my way to class, leaving the previous class, or in class right before the test was passed out, which made it easier for me to quickly select the correct answers, even though I did know most of them already. Later on, and even today, I don't remember anything I learned from that class or from the tests that I always pass. But I do still respect and appreciate that teacher that I had, my psychology teacher. So even though I don't remember any of that stuff that I learned, I respect her because she was a good teacher. I went to a school where most of the teachers let us slack off, do anything, just sit in class, talk, be on our phones. They just let us do anything. They didn't really care about teaching us. They didn't really care about figuring out what we was good at and what we still needed work on in that class. But my psychology teacher, she was not like that at all. And in fact, she's probably one of the only teachers I remember through my high school at all. There's probably 2 teachers I remember, and she's one of them. So I did really well in my psychology class, and I did really well in English, creative writing, drama, those type of classes. But with the psychology class, yes, I did really well in that class. I had a good teacher. I was paying attention. She made things interesting. But I still took shortcuts. Like with doing the tests and stuff, me not properly studying and me just waiting until the day of the test and like literally probably like 10 minutes before the test to quickly read over notes so that I could retain that information and just hurry up and quickly regurgitate it out onto the paper, answering the questions. That didn't really help me. It may have seemed like it, and I got bragging rights from her. Just her bragging about me in front of the class to everybody, like, oh, Natasha's done already. Let me go check her answers, and she got them all right. Like, she did that in front of the class, and really, it was just that 10 minutes before the test was passed out, I remembered everything that I just quickly read. I was still able to do it, get it done, and pass the class, but when it came to classes like all the different type of math classes, geometry and all that, I was never good in any of those classes. I never wanted to pay attention. The teachers didn't make it interesting for me. And those was also the teachers that seemed like they didn't really care. So they just let us do whatever. So of course, I didn't learn anything in those classes. And of course, I didn't completely fail those classes. But I passed because I was copying other people. And most of the people in the class, we was all literally copying off of each other. There was probably like 1-2 people or something in the class that was good at it, and we would all just copy off of them. So we didn't learn nothing in those classes. I think I had summer school for geometry one year, and that still didn't help. Yeah, I made it to the next grade because I went to summer school, but I still didn't learn anything in summer school. I had tutors. Still didn't help. So that just, I don't know, those type of classes wasn't what my focus needed to be on. I mean, yeah, to learn it and try to improve on getting better at it, but as far as like what I was good at was creative writing and things like that. So my geometry teachers and math teachers, they could probably be feeling like, oh, she ain't gonna make it. Oh, she's struggling so much, without knowing how well I did in other classes. So yes, maybe I'm not good at this in your class, but that doesn't mean that I'm quote unquote not gonna make it, or I'm probably gonna grow up struggling, because you don't know that my skill and my talent or whatever, or my gift lies in this other area. It also could be that your teaching is not effective. I don't know. Those are the type of things I had just been thinking about lately. Like, you can seem like you're good in one area, like with the psychology and English and all that. I was so good in those classes, had bragging rights, teachers bragging about me and stuff. But you know, they probably didn't know that in my math classes and stuff, I was completely struggling and completely failing those classes. And then vice versa, in the classes that I was failing, they probably be feeling like, oh, she's failing, she ain't gonna make it. But I'm passing and everything in my other classes, doing extremely well in my other classes, getting bragged about in front of the entire class in my other classes. And again, that was a good teacher, and her teaching skills were effective for what I needed, and not just for me, for the entire class. She cared about teaching us. She cared about her job. She was passionate about what she was doing. As far as other teachers in the building, you can't say the same thing. So I don't remember anything from those classes, but I also don't remember anything about those teachers besides that they weren't great teachers. But with my psychology teacher and my creative writing teachers, I remember their name. I remember how they made me feel learning in their class. I remember how I felt leaving their class. I remember so many like positive feelings and learning experiences from those classes. So I don't know. That's just something that's been on my mind recently. And I can dive deeper into that. I'm not going to do it on video, but just me thinking about that now and journaling about it. I'm going to think a little bit more deeply about that on my own time, but I think now is a good time for me to go ahead and transition into painting my nails. Okay, I got my fingernail polish now. I decided that I'm just going to use the same color that I had on them last time. I also decided that I'm not going to read. The past 2 days I haven't been feeling like reading, so because yesterday I tried to read as well, and I was just like, nah, I don't really feel like it. Today, after I got my nail polish and everything, I was like, all right, I'm going to paint my nails and then read. No. Maybe later if I decide to read, but as of right now, I don't want to read. I feel like I'm okay with the journaling, paint my nails, do a little bit of cleaning, and then I'll probably relax a little bit, catch up on some videos, some other videos, work on some stuff on the back end of my my videos, blog posts and things like that. I forgot to grab my fingernail polish remover out of the bedroom, so I'm having to scrape off just the little bits that's left on some of my nails. This hand wasn't that bad. It was really on my thumb, but this one, they're pretty much on all of them. The drying well, they be drying quick, I guess, but I don't know. I think maybe I be doing too many coats, and so I be having to make sure I don't touch anything because the texture of it will translate onto my nail. Or if I'm trying to like wash my hands or something and I'm moving my hands around, then all of a sudden the nail polish will start like shifting around and smudging. It's so annoying. I honestly don't even know if I want to record this part, me doing my nails. Dang, I just slung fingernail polish all over the table. So I'll probably just record the first little part of it, me doing the first 2 nails or something like that. Because what is this? So just try to do something good for yourself today, whether that's involving self-care, if it feels like a Monday to you as well, or get out, go out somewhere, do something new, try to explore something new, try something new. You know, if you're on YouTube, try to learn something new, and don't take any shortcuts when trying to do any projects and trying to learn things. I probably should have tried to clean up before starting on my nails, because now that's going to be an issue. I'm going to have to wait a while to make sure they're completely dry, or when I'm trying to wash dishes and stuff like that, they finna just mess up, man. It was like, what's the point of doing them? That's all right though. I ain't gonna beat myself up about nothing today. It's gonna be a nice, chill, relaxed, yet still productive and creative, mind explorative type of day.